Welcome in, Renegades. Now today, we're going to do things a little bit different, and you guys might like it. We're going to do some technical analysis first, and then we're going to talk about why I'll never be the same again in crypto, because a lot of things have shifted for me. My love for crypto has not. Welcome in. My people are here. You guys are the main driving force behind everything I do. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for you guys. But things are about to get exciting. So I think Bitcoin is going to make its last shift up to new all-time highs, and then it's going to start to settle down, and we're going to see the altcoins really move. We saw Ethereum pump up to like $4,200. Things are starting to get bullish in the altcoins. We're starting to see a lot of things shift in crypto. Now, I want to just go in and go right to the charts. We're going to look at some things that I think could be possibly bullish for the future of crypto and ICP. So we're just going to go right into this. Let's remove this one. And then there we go. All right, so let's first go into the volume. I'm going to get right into this because I think there is a lot of interesting things happening right now in crypto. And ICP is this could be your last opportunity to buy ICP at these prices that we're at right now. Seeing ICP at $5.40 right before a big move. Guys, it's getting ready to happen. We've been kind of stagnant, sitting under $6. We're getting ready for this massive move. We've been here for a month, but take a little bit of a look what happened earlier last year and kind of earlier in January of this year. We saw ICP at that big $12.30 area. So once we move out of this red zone right here, which is going to be all the way up until about this $6.80 range, we're going to see a year-long bullish downtrend, or 6-month long, I should say, from the year downtrend. We're going to start to see this move. Now, we're seeing $105 million in volume. Now, this to me tells me one of two things. There's people absolutely loading up at these prices, or there's going to be a big move coming soon. Now, seeing the volume with this crypto and then going and looking, we're going to look at a couple other cryptos later because we have some news not quite so breaking, and then we are going to look at the effects of what that's going to do for us later. But if you look, Bitcoin's at 118. We just saw Bitcoin over 122. It went to 122,000. We're seeing Ethereum up at 4,261. This is getting close to an all-time high. If it goes above $5,000, the floodgates are going to open. We're seeing all of the big altcoins absolutely smash. Look at BNB up at $813. Solana's sitting, pretty stagnant. So this is where the internet computer and these other cryptos that have real mass utility, they have not seen their moves yet. So what we're going to see is moves like, even BNB hasn't really seen a move. It was at 600. We saw it 400 in the bear market. It doubled in price. We saw Solana at like 20. This was even at 200 actually. So it's kind of quadrupled in price. So we are in a bull market. It's just been a very stagnant one. So we're going to see things like BNB. We're going to see Solana. We're going to see meme coins move too, but that's at a different time. We're going to see Cardano. We're going to see Chainlink, which when Chainlink moves, guys, we need to really be paying attention to Chainlink right now. So when Chainlink starts to move, we could really see a lot of other cryptos like Solana. We start to see Solana, Chainlink move. We know the internet computer is going to really start taking off. Now, Stellar Lumens, I would always be buying. This is one of my favorite cryptos to make profit on because the price is wild. It was down to like 10 cents. So even lower, like 6 cents. I remember when I was buying this back in the day, but Bitcoin Cash never really does anything. HBAR though. This is another good opportunity. I would be picking up this right now at 24 cents. Let's actually take a little quick look at HBAR, and then we'll go in and we'll do some actual TA on the internet computer. But this is part of it, like understanding the entire technical competency of the entire crypto market. Now look at this. Last year, you could have got this for 5 cents. It's sitting up here at 25, so over 5x. It did go to about a 7.5x from the bottom. So, and we're starting to see, look at that beautiful volume, 400. Is that $411 million? Jeez, H-bar's smoking. Internet Computer's doing really good too right now. So we're really starting to see these, altcoins start to bring volume. We just haven't seen the big money come in yet, which will move the entire market. And we need to see a big shift. Avalanche. Another one that will tell us, hey, the market is moving in the way we need for the Internet Computer. Toniq. And then that's about where we're sitting at right there. Then the Internet Computer sitting nice volume today, 105 million. Aptos, we're competing for the top 30, 38, 39 spot right here. Now let's go look at the CFGI. Kind of bearish right now on the Fear and Greed Index. More bearish than bullish. 7 days ago, we were in fear. 30 days ago, we were in greed. Things were starting to look really good. And then, more tariffs and stuff. Thank you, Donald Trump. You're supposed to make us money in crypto. Sir, what are you doing? You're not making us money. See, we got fear in the volatility because it's not really doing anything. Leverage trading from $5, no brainer. A quick long. The impulse just isn't there right now. That's the whole market is neutral right now, waiting for the market to actually move. And then big money is just going to flood into the market. Once the market starts moving, we stop being neutral and the big money actually starts moving into these altcoins. Things are just going to skyrocket like they did. If you remember any one of these, you could just pick one earlier this year. I mean, let's just pick Internet Computer by chance. If you look earlier this year, we were sitting up at that $12, $13 range. So, and it was a quick move from this 780. Look at that. Just a quick move, 1 month. Boom. So we could really start to shoot up. And look at that, 315. If we start to see like $1 billion in volume come in, we are absolutely good to go. Whales are neutral. They're not doing nothing for us. Social extreme fear. I don't know what happened. Maybe they thought caffeine was going to do better, but let's go look at the charts. I think the charts are looking pretty neutral, not doing anything, but there are some key indicators that I do want to go over, as well as I want to it's on the previous page. No, not that one. The one before that. Okay. Or is that on TradingView? Hold on, that's on TradingView. Let's duplicate this one because I want to look at the MACD and the overall indicators for the Internet Computer. That didn't work either. Trying to go to that previous page. Sorry, I gotta drink my workout powder here. So let's get to the right page. Then we can look at all of the actual CFGI information instead of just that little chart thing. Here we go. Look at the oscillators. So actually everything on the daily is saying to buy. Moving averages, the whole summary. So things are looking like you should be buying right now. Now let's look at the longer time frames. If we look at the week, does that change it? I don't know if that changes it. But right now it's strong buy signals. And so I would be saying the same thing with our, indicator kind of breaking above that level. We're sitting at a previous area of support that was resistance we broke out of. Things are starting to turn around and look bullish. Yes, we're going to have these, setbacks that are going to bring us to where we need to be because the volume goes less, and that's just on the shorter time frames. If we start to move out to the longer time frames, we're going to really, I want to look at this monthly, because we've seen a couple indicators in ICP that have really been game changers. And as you see, the weekly is doing good. So these short little, price drops are actually pretty healthy. And we want to see this while we move up, getting ready for that big movement. But right here, you can see we are right below that average volume on the monthly. We have an ascending triangle where we keep testing this area right around $6 several times every month. We're going to break out of that with some massive movement, like I showed you over here when we moved from the $7 up to that $15 range. It's about to get crazy in ICP. And this is just part of that psychological stuff we were talking previously on the channel. Don't fall for this, because this is every single market. Oh, it's over. The cycle's different. We're not going to make it, and then let's look at this big monthly thing. What do we got here? We have a possible inverse head and shoulders we've been talking about for a while. So let's actually, sorry, I should have cleared the chart because that looks just disgusting right now. But we have this ascending triangle right here, which is good. That's a continuation pattern. We have this nice just bottom right here, this nice cut, which means we're going to keep going up, probably and testing this at 620 again. We keep going up and testing that, except we keep getting higher highs and higher lows. Now, on the other foot on that, once we do hopefully break out on this very soon, we will have a nice inverse head and shoulders or double bottom. We got this nice double bottom, but if this creates an inverse head and shoulders that we've been talking about for a very long time, and it's starting to actually do that, we break up to here even, start to go back down, go back up here even, and then boom, really ugly. And it's actually backwards. Sorry. Have it really, but you know what I mean. Basically, it'll make another one of these right here. So we'll go up and then keep going, because this will create a nice neckline. And then we will move pretty far up to that $20 range. Really funky line, but hey. Yeah, right up to exactly $20. So internet computer is about to crack, and we're going to see it happen. I've been talking about this in a month, and this is just all psychological warfare to get you to sell your bags before the movement every single time. Now, I do want to actually look at CKB real quick, because this crypto is another one I'm going to be watching this bull market that has some potential to really make some money. It's at half a penny. I asked somebody what's a good price to buy CKB. Anything sub 1 penny. And we're sitting at half a penny right now. So I would really be thinking about, filling my bags. I knew it was going to do that. And picking up some CKB. We're going to start seeing these movements back up here to the 1618. Which is going to be at that penny and a half. We're going to 3x. That'll probably happen in a week. Big. I mean, if you look this month, boom, or like a month, if it doesn't happen in a week, I think we're going to start seeing big moves on the week and the month. And this is on the month. Let's just go to the weekly. It is starting to build this nice ascending triangle right here. It has this nice double bottom that brought us up to here. This kind of area of resistance right here where it's taking profit at the very first profit taking point. So we're gonna start seeing more moves to these higher levels very, very soon. So I really think if we even zoom out, on the weekly, we have this long-term resistance that might have just been broken. So it's testing being broken right now. If you go from there all the way over there, let's go from here now too. So both places have broken, and it's testing just like the internet computer is doing. If we go in here and we look at ICP, it's doing the same thing. So it has this area of resistance that it did break out of long term on the weekly, and it's testing it now, which was back here, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. So it broke out and it's testing it right now. I knew I saw that. So as you see, we broke out of that long-term resistance. So this is bullish to me. Breaking this big long-term trend line. CKB did it too. Yeah, we're failing to move, but we're still bullish despite the whatever's going on that's making this happen, the tariffs, because there's good news in crypto. We'll come back to some more TA. I just want to go over a couple of things first, because Bitcoin is absolutely cracking right now. Bitcoin is the biggest thing. It just had, I think it just had a new all-time high, or very close to all-time high. Bitcoin DeFi is taking off. The biggest Bitcoin projects are already building on the internet computer. Dfinity just launched bitcoindefi.dev, your go-to resource for getting started with building Bitcoin apps on ICP. So they're starting to really integrate that stuff with Bitcoin. The internet computer is a blockchain that integrates all other blockchains, including the biggest crypto out there, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two most valuable cryptos right now. They both pumped to the moon. And then we also, just a couple of months ago, started our integration with Solana. So this announcement follows highly successful integrations with Bitcoin, BTC, and Ethereum, which empowered and enabled milestone Bitcoin DeFi projects such as Odin.Fund, Liquidium, and Omnity, for example, all of which set new standards for speed, security, functionality, and user interface, UX. The integration of Solana now means that Canister smart contracts on ICP can interact with all three of these major DeFi-focused blockchains, all while maintaining seamless performance and security. Chain fusion technology enables smart contracts on ICP to interconnect with multiple blockchains in a decentralized manner, eliminating the need for single trusted intermediaries such as a bridge. Chain fusion allows ICP developers to create multi-chain applications without needing to migrate their contracts or decentralized apps onto ICP. By leveraging ICP's distinctive capabilities, such as chain key signing, on-chain computation, and HTTPS outcalls, developers can extend and enhance their crypto applications while maintaining secure, efficient, and seamless interoperability. For ICP developers, this integration means access to Solana's blockchain, enabling transactions, queries, and smart contracts interactions. At the same time, Solana developers gain the ability to use ICP as an on-chain co-processor, eliminating off-chain dependencies and boosting both efficiency and decentralization across networks. So this is another reason that crypto is absolutely going to be cracking. This is why ICP is the crypto to watch. It has integrations with the biggest cryptos out there. As you saw, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. We have USDC, which is a stable coin. It's integrated with all of the major cryptos. And this happened. The SEC drops Ripple appeal, signaling shift in crypto regulation, but uncertainty remains always, because they have to fudge you. Even though the best news, when we got the good news that Ripple won the decision, they hit us with, yeah, but they're going to appeal it. And now when they hit us with, hey, Ripple appeal got dropped by SEC, oh, but uncertainty remains. Okay, it's regulatory uncertainty, but that isn't really something that is a big impact at all. We are starting to get those laws. Donald Trump has absolutely made some good decisions in crypto, but his global decisions have affected us. and you guys are seeing the market that way. But we're about to see crypto absolutely start to pop off. This is a big downtrend we've been watching on the channel for a while. So a breakout with the volume we're seeing, guys. With the volume we're seeing 106 million. I know the price is going down right now, but I have confidence that we're going to start to see this price move up again in the short and the long term. Now, the new daily is where we're starting to see this resistance on the EMA 9 sitting right under that right now, as we did break down yesterday and kind of closed below it, which is unfortunate because whenever we get below that EMA 9, we kind of ride it down for a while. So this is a pretty important level to see if we are going to be able to reverse. Now, as you see, this has shifted, signaled the shift in the momentum. Now, as you see, we kind of broke this downtrend right here. It was kind of, sitting at that area. Now we kind of have this other one that we're going to be watching for a breakout, of this EMA 9 and then back up to this 566 level. And then we could see 620. I think 620 is a good area that I've been watching. It was a huge area when we moved up huge for the first time. So I'm going to be watching 620. We get a breakout of that. I could see us moving up to that $8 range. But these big resistance levels and the entire market being kind of stagnant is going to make it hard for ICP to move anywhere, for the big move until it's ready, until the market's ready. And we're going to see it soon. So what I would do is just enjoy my time of buying ICP at $5.40. Start drinking a glass of your favorite workout drink and start pumping some iron and waiting for this price to go up. Now let's shift this now, because things are going to pop. They always do. What do I think about Bob, he says. So Bob, I think it's good for ICP. Do I necessarily like Bob? Sure. I mean, I don't know if it's good for ICP. I just don't like all the drama that comes with it. But it does make things a little more interesting. I think people start drama for reasons, but it doesn't really matter. Because you're an entrepreneur, people are going to start guff. So I don't really listen to the drama. I look at, is it good for ICP? Are they ripping ICP off? Who's doing this? What's happening? And could Dominic Williams be Bob? Who knows? Right? So, or Bob Bodily. It's Bob, right? Probably Bob Bodily. I don't know. He's doing Bitcoin stuff though. But so let's just talk about this. So the market gets boring a little bit at times like this. So we're going to have a foundation. So the reason that I'll never be the same is because crypto has changed me fundamentally. It's grown me into a man more than I ever have in my life. I run a business. I have to juggle a full-time job, working out, and then making a video. I get off at 5, work out till 6, have to make my video starting at 6 right when I get done working out. Then I drive home, make my video, and then I have meetings with people doing things like that. So it's made me, like, I used to not even be able to make it to work on time when I was a teenager and like a young man. And, now like I manage multiple different responsibilities. And I learned that through crypto, through starting a business, through, having dedication, having that, kind of drive and determination to not fail, to succeed in something. If I put my whole effort and my energy into it, then I succeed. And then I have the most amazing people behind me, so I don't give up. So it's all of those things that kind of shape you into the person that you're supposed to be. And then, I have these people that are, just as interested in crypto and understanding something before the masses. And I always make the distinction of the internet before, everybody resisted the internet. Oh, it's a fad, a computer's cool to do your business. And, but now you wouldn't be able to live without your computer this day and age. So I think that's the way we're going to be at with crypto. It's a financial tool that has integrated with the main financial systems of our time. It has been widely accepted by our billionaires. It has been widely accepted by our president. Crypto is here to stay. There are billion-dollar exchanges that have had scrutiny. There are laws that are being created to change crypto. So crypto has shaped and molded not only myself, but the way that we're going to see the financial infrastructure of our world today. It's going to be easier and more efficient for you to interact with your money. That's why I use crypto. You know how many, and some exchanges don't make it that way. So not everything in crypto is user friendly and makes things easier. It makes it super hard sometimes. But for the main stuff, if you're just using Coinbase, you're using the main stuff, you're using cold storage wallets, there's very little pushback, and you control your money. When you put money in a bank, you're essentially lending that bank your money. They are taking that money, they're investing it, they're lending it to other people with interest. And so essentially what you're doing, if everybody went to the bank at one time and tried to withdraw their money, it would be gone. If you do that with crypto, there's going to be the money there because each piece of the money is verified and exists. Now with banks, they don't have to prove that your money exists in the cash sense. Yeah, it exists out there somewhere. But with crypto, there's liquidity. You can see the amount of money that's in the market, the amount of money that you could sell, and the amount of money that crypto that's liquid that you could trade for cash at one moment and then take it into your bank. So crypto is going to shape your financial situation. It's going to shape our world as we know it. As you heard that Donald Trump is starting to think of starting a store of value for the United States with gold. So we're not only seeing a shift for that, then the technology will come after that. So first the money will get integrated into our culture, into our economy, into our lives, daily lives, just like they tried to do in El Salvador as like a test to see if they could do that with the Lightning Network. Well, then is going to come the technology that's going to power it, because yes, okay, now we have money that we can use and everybody will be used to that. Then people will start looking for the next thing because everybody will be using it. And then they'll look, well, what can I do with crypto now? So yeah, it's money, but I heard you could do stuff with crypto. Then I think that's when the shift is going to move from the more money hungry crowd that we see today, because it's early. This is Silicon Valley, in the stock market, it's absolute frenzy. And so right now that's where we're at. And there's not a lot of money being made. We don't have a frenzy. Once we start having the money being made, you're going to see that frenzy. Right now it's just us that are holding it down that love crypto. But that frenzy is going to come in a little bit later on when that money comes in, because of course that was me right away. I was that frenzy guy. I was that, oh yeah, I want to make money in crypto. I learned about something before everybody. I want to make money. And that still is me to a point, but now I'm smart about it. I understand the psychology and I don't get scared anymore. And so when that frenzy money comes in, which they call impulse trading, people, it's going to keep going. It's going to moon. And that's what is also going to shape you. And I'll never be the same after the last bull market and the bear market. They shifted me and shaped me into the man that I am today. One, the business sense. Now let's talk about the crypto trading sense and how that molded me. So one, I was an absolute pansy when I first got into crypto because I didn't know what money was. I didn't have money. I didn't come from money. So I was very naive, but very smart, but naive when it came to money. And so because I never did anything. That's why I was naive. I was naive to how to make money. And I was a good salesman. I made other people money. I knew how to make money, just not for myself. So I really knew how to make money, a lot of it for other people. And so that's why I'm good at my job now. I was really good at sales and selling and making money and getting people to, invest in me and then, invest in what we're doing because we do smart stuff. But then I decided, I was like, man, I want to learn how to make money for myself. And so I literally started just earning crypto. And then a lot of you know that story. But then it shaped me a little bit because I was like, okay, now I have money that I earned. It took me a long time because I was earning a little bit at the time. I gambled, lost a lot, did whatever I could to get crypto. And then the stimulus happened. I got a little bit of money with the stimulus and I started investing in crypto. And I was all this doing a YouTube channel. And I was like, okay, well, so I got scared. little stimulus money, little money I earned, a couple $1,000s. Never had that kind of money to just invest in something. All my bills were taken care of. I had extra money. $3,000. And so I was so scared, and I would put like maybe $100 in, and then I put a lot in Bitcoin. I just put $3,000 because I was like, I believe in Bitcoin, but I was scared, and I could have made a lot more money. I didn't leverage trade. I made most of my money by selling Bitcoin when it went up and then writing it down. Like right now, it just went to 122. I would have sold probably like a third or half of my Bitcoin, and then I would have waited for it to go back to 118 or down to 113, and then bought more and rid it up, and I would have had more Bitcoin each time. And so that's what I did. I got half of Bitcoin, and then so I made a lot of money in Bitcoin. Didn't really get scared because I had faith. I researched Bitcoin, but when I moved to the alts, I became really kind of scared, and it shaped me because I was like, man, these move quick, and they move down quick, and they stay down for a long time. First time I invested, I got stuck in a trade for 2 months. Absolute wrecked my mentals. I didn't know what to do, and I sold for like a $600 loss. Absolutely stupid. Went up like 2 weeks later. So the psychology of it to me in the bull market is just wait out these dips. It shapes you into being like, okay, I held through the bear market, and the bear market shaped me like no other. That made me resilient. It made me really test my character. Now the bull market's more psychology of, man, I'm gonna miss out. If I sell the internet computer, I can get in another crypto that's gonna make me more money. And that was my psychology in the 2020 bull run, 2021. I was like, man, I can make more money with other cryptos. So things like that really shape and mold you in crypto. So we're about to the end of our show. Thank you guys for being here. Jose, you're absolutely wrong. So a lot of people use this, and like I said, the frenzy stage, if you understand crypto and you understand technology shifts in the way that they move, you didn't start to see global commerce on the internet when it was trying to be the internet. Okay, global commerce came later on the internet. So those are the kind of things that you're going to have to understand how these technological shifts work before you can say no one uses these things that aren't in their proper time yet. We're at the beginning, the very open stages of the internet, and people do use those. Thousands of people use those things daily, and so we're going to start to see that momentum shift over the next 10 to 15 to 20 years, where our society adopts crypto as itself. And I'm telling you, that's what's going to bring our society into daily crypto use. And the internet computer is going to be one of the best choices, because when it's scalable, and these things are coming down the road, this is why I'm a long-term internet computer holder, because these things are going to happen over time. I see the infrastructure. I see how snail-paced it's moving right now. I see the frenzy when the price goes up to $21 with the internet computer. Everybody's interested again. Caffeine AI comes out, everybody's interested again, because what it does. Now, if we could bring those two groups together, the frenzy group and the people that understand where it's going to be here in about 10 years, we're going to see ICP and crypto absolutely change. The momentum's here. Our president's on board. Our billionaires are on board. And if you look about 8 years, when I was in crypto in 2020, most of the billionaires weren't on board. Mark Cuban wasn't on board. I was here before Elon Musk was on board. I believed in crypto because I saw what it's going to do, and I did thousands of hours of research. So guys, get ready. Nothing's changed. We're still here. It's still the bull market. It's going to happen. Just calm down and become an entrepreneur, and you'll see how it shapes and molds you into be able to handle markets like this. And then you'll become the most resilient person in the world. Crypto will shape you, whether you want it to or not. Okay, that being said, goodbye and good ICP. Bet!